Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans. And today, before we get started, I just wanted to say I am exactly 5 subscribers away from reaching the big 700. You can see right here, right there is 695 subs. So if you guys could subscribe today, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and God bless. Without further ado, we're going to be talking about Pixar, Disney, Turning Red, and I guess the Russian War. That's a whole lot of subjects, right? Yeah. No wonder Cartoon Brew here writes politics, right? This is an article about politics and a film. And I do like to give credit, so it is Cartoon Brew, and the article is by Amid Amidi. So we're gonna see here. We're not gonna read the whole thing. Only I just want to read the Disney comment and a couple of other couple comments here. But Disney won't allow Russians to see Turning Red as punishment for invading Ukraine. And I remember, like, as I was looking for news articles, right? This is a news and. I talk about shenanigans, I do reviews, but I mostly talk about cartoons and like animation. But as I was looking for various websites, this one caught my eye and I started laughing. And I was like, what the hell? Disney won't allow Russians to see Turning Red as punishment for invading Ukraine. Okay. So now I know that in China, they have something called like the Great Firewall. They have their own internet, and so does Russia. Russia has their own. This is my only rough understanding, but I believe Russia actually has its own internet also. And I'm just out here like, what is going to stop these people from pirating it if they even want to see it in the first place? You know, you know what I mean? I was just like having a good laugh. And here's the sad part that now, in all fun and games here, I did a whole 33-minute video about, poor Pixar, how this video, Turning Red here in North America is going directly to Disney Plus. Right? So imagine being a Pixar employee. You spent your whole, God only knows how many years working on this film. You can't wait to go see it in theaters with your family. And then you get told, nope, sorry, it's just going to Disney Plus. And I feel like that kind of cheapens it. You know what I mean? It kind of cheapens the experience. It's kind of like a direct to DVD movie, right? So Disney had Cinderella. Amazing film, really good film. And then, and it went in theaters and it did really well in theaters. But then they're like, hey, what about Cinderella 2 and Cinderella 3? What are you guys feeling about those ones, those sequels? And instead of putting them in the theaters, or at least I don't think they put them in theaters, these were direct to DVD, or actually more, I should say, direct to VHS, where they don't give a shit about the audience at that point. They're just like, let's just sell this like pointless sequel. You know what I mean? Now, not all of them were bad. I actually think the Aladdin sequels were pretty decent, even though I'm not sure if those were direct to DVD. But I really enjoyed the Aladdin sequels. The Cinderella ones were awful. And there was also that Little Mermaid 2 with like Ariel's daughter with the black hair or whatever. That one was okay. But But my point is basically that it kind of cheapens the feel, right? Like Cinderella 3, who nobody remembers this film unless you're like somebody in the cartoon, or you're like some kind of like YouTube channel that features about animation, or maybe you've watched it recently, you were just watching some bad films recently. Most people, like 99% of people are not going to remember like Cinderella 3 off the top of their head. Or most people don't even know there was a Cinderella 2. But it cheapens the feel, right? For this to go right to Disney Plus. And I actually thought, I didn't realize that it was actually going to theaters in some countries. I didn't know that at all. I thought it was directly going everywhere to Disney Plus. But it turns out like Disney Plus is not everywhere. So the places where they don't have Disney Plus, they try to go to theaters. And now it's not going to Russia, and I don't think any Russian really cares, right? Like, how is this a punishment when you could just go online in 2 seconds and watch whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you could just go on Yes Movies or any other type of like movie website that give like where you can get them, and they're gonna be there. It'll probably be on the Pirate Bay in like a week, Well, I think it comes out March 11th. And that's another thing too. It's going to Disney Plus. this means that people can just get their cameras, right? When it goes to theaters, you get the really crappy camera, right? Like somebody gets their phone or a really expensive camera, and they go in the theater and they film the movie, par for course. They film the movie. Sometimes you hear like audience members scuffling around and whatever, or coughing. And that's the cam version. But when it comes to Disney Plus, you can just grab your screen, get an HD recording. So these Russians are going to be able to just pirate this in like 2 seconds, and it's going to be in HD quality. So it's like, how is this a punishment, really? I guess it... in Disney's mind, they just want a virtue signal here, but okay, whatever. Everybody's cutting off Russia, I know. But this has to be one of the most laughable out of all the people that are cutting Russia off. Like, banking kind of makes sense, certain things like banks, cutting them off banks. But no, who is going to be crying that, oh no, I can't see the newest Pixar film, God. So, God, someone save us from Disney. So the Walt Disney Company announced today that will withhold Pixar's Turning Red from release in Russia due to the country's invasion of Ukraine. A Disney spokesperson offered the following statement on the company's decision to pause theatrical releases in Russia. Here we go. Here's the quote. Given the unprovoked invasion of of Ukraine and the tragic humanitarian crisis, we are pausing the release of theatrical films in Russia, including the upcoming Turning Red from Pixar. So poor Pixar, they are never... Pixar is becoming the Cinderella 3 of Disney, they're just a lesser company now. And it makes me sad too, because Pixar used to be so iconic. Nowadays, it's like Disney's just making stuff, like Walt Disney Studios. Something like Zootopia was way better than like Luca, or, Pixar just isn't pumping out quality films like they used to. That's another problem. But that could also be that Disney is taking the best people from Pixar and putting them in Walt Disney Studios. That could be another secret kind of like issue there. It's like, here, we're going to build up the Walt Disney brand instead of this random Pixar thing that we acquired from Steve Jobs, who's not even here anymore, we will make future business decisions based on the evolving situation. In the meantime, given the scale of the emerging refugee crisis, we are working with our NGO partners to provide urgent aid and other humanitarian assistance to refugees. So that's that, and then we had an update on March 1st, which was 2 days ago. Paramount Pictures has paused the release of its films in Russia, including the hybrid Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So that's news. There's some more news for you folks. A studio spokesperson said in a statement, we got another one here. As we witness the ongoing tragedy in Ukraine, we have decided to pause the theatrical release in our upcoming films in Russia, including The Last City and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We will stand by all those impacted by the humanitarian crisis across the Ukraine, Russia, and international markets, and we will continue to monitor the situation as it unfolds. And again, the Russians can just pirate Sonic, Sonic 2. And what's The Last City? I'm not familiar with that one, The Last City. But you could just, they're just going to go pirate these things. This is not even a punishment. This is a laugh. This is a chuckle, folks. And then we have update. Universal has joined Disney, Warner Bros., Sony, Paramount. So everybody's on the bandwagon by March 1st. In pausing its releases in Russia, this will affect DreamWorks Animation's The Bad Guys. Now, you guys might remember, as we were live streaming the trailer for this, I actually got copyright claims in live time, like no joke. I got the copyright claim as I was streaming, and people on screen, people who were watching the stream, literally saw the copyright claim. It literally said, this video contains copyright material on the YouTube message as I was streaming. So that was I didn't even know YouTube had that built-in functionality where they could tell you that the material is copyright as you're live streaming. But that actually happened to me, no joke. And I did have to cut that out because there's a copyrighted song in the Bad Guys trailer. So I just wanted to remind you guys, if you guys were in the live stream, you remember it. But if you guys are new to the channel, we've had a lot of new people coming by recently. So that did happen, by the way. Which had been rescheduled for a release March 24 in Russia. And I gotta say, I'm at least happy to see that DreamWorks is still going. They're still making like new films and stuff. I feel like a lot of these companies are relying on a lot of their backlog of properties, you know, even Disney, right? Lightyear, it's a new franchise, but it's still kind of just Toy Story. It's just milking Toy Story. Basically, Lightyear is kind of like Toy Story 4.5. You know what I mean? So I am glad that DreamWorks is coming out of the woodworks. Yeah, DreamWorks coming out of the woodworks to bring us brand new movies like The Bad Guys, which did have a kind of a Zootopia feel. But I think it looks good, and I can't wait to watch that. Something tells me the Russians can't wait to pirate that one. But that's going to be it from me. Very interesting, hilarious that Disney thinks this is a punishment, and it's a good chuckle for all of us. So let me know your comment section. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. We got to get a 700, folks. 700, we got to get there. Thank you very much, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out. Bye-bye.